So I'm sitting here in the room, the place where we tracked Psalm 76 together. Right behind me, well, this doubles as a children's ministry room, so that's why you have the sweet and awesome mural behind me. But right over here was where the whistlers and the clappers and the choir sang. It was pretty fun. It was a good experience. This song is the departure on our album. It's the one song where we just decided to go in a totally different direction. It's just more acoustic. It's more fun. It's folky. But the song itself is based off of Psalm 76, of course. And really what I was interested in doing was capturing some of my Presbyterian heritage, which is to sing psalms. That was something that was part of the beginning when the Reformation happened and the Reformed stream went out from Geneva, Switzerland. They were really interested in singing just the psalms, the biblical psalms. And I totally support that, not exclusively, but I think it's a key part of Christian worship that we've probably lost sight of. You know what? Probably on the next album, I want to see more psalms written. But in the meantime, Psalm 76 was just a fun psalm for me to find in the Trinity hymnal and the Trinity Psalter that I wanted to set to music. What I love about it is that there's elements of joy and there's elements of kind of fear, because the psalm is a pretty powerful psalm. It's a psalm about God just trouncing his enemies, utterly destroying them. That's what I love about this text, is that it's just one of those kind of war songs where you get to celebrate the fact that you are on the side of victory. But at the same time, I wanted to give a sense in the chorus of why the victory is taking place. It's ultimately because of the revelation, capital R, of Jesus Christ. That's why we sing, "Awesome is the revelation. God is known among us here." Because that psalm doesn't mention Jesus explicitly, but when it talks about God being known among us, that's ultimately pointing to God becoming human flesh, taking on humanity in the form of Jesus Christ. That's why in the chorus, and especially in the bridge where we sing, "Who is this King of glory? His name is Jesus," I wanted to capture that sense of where that psalm was always driving toward, that it was Jesus. It was talking about Christ coming again. And so there's a sense in which we celebrate, awesome is the revelation, God is known among us here. There's also a sense in which we're kind of shaking as we sing it, because the revelation is awesome. It's incredibly powerful, incredibly daunting to think about the fact that God became man. At the same time, as I was talking before, I love the fact that this is a song about God kicking the tail of his enemies. We don't sing enough about God being victorious over his enemies. And for us, our enemies aren't necessarily physical enemies like it was for the psalmist. Our enemies are spiritual ones. They're Satan and the spiritual forces in the heavenly realms, as Ephesians talks about it. We need to reckon with the fact that we have enemies, and an enemy who seeks to kill and devour and destroy us. And Psalm 76 is one of those battle songs that allows us to point to the ultimate victory of God over Satan that will be at the end, but the victory that was forever sealed when Christ died and rose again. That's why the revelation is so awesome. That's why we have a reason to praise his name.